to redesign the whole entirety of the Mane6, so sorry that video took a little bit longer than expected, but I did want to base them off of their original concepts in early generations, which for Rarity was Glory and Rarity G3. I wanted to add a little bit more crazy bedazzlingness to every single one of them, and I did make two of their body types very different from what they originally had in their concept art. I'm a big concept art fan, and when it comes to concept art, I'm like, the ideas are flowing. There's a billion different things that could have happened, and I just want to bring those as far to life as I can based on the concepts from Lauren Faust and their early generation designs. I would say that some of them had major changes, some of them had slight changes, and if I could go back and redo this, which I think in a year I might want to go back and redo this completely, I think that I would redo two of them specifically. Now for me, I think Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie came out to be my absolute favorite, which is why they are the thumbnail of this video. They are my absolute favorite in this regard, but I think my least favorite would either that I designed today would probably be Fluttershy or Applejack. I know what I was doing with Applejack, but I don't think I executed it well. So I think in a year I want to come back and completely retry my hand at this video and at these concepts and base it off the concepts that I did for this video and see about how my designs and ideas may change depending on what we're doing. So yeah, of course you can see all these sketches and Applejack. I wanted to make her a beefy girl, had to make her a beefy girl. I can't see her working on a farm and being this tiny itty bitty little pony. I really think that she just would be the absolute brawn of the Mane6 100%. And you'll see that I changed cutie marks too. Toward the end I accidentally deleted Twilight's cutie marks, so I had to go back and redo it, but I really think that all of these ponies had really good concepts, and I'm not saying their final designs are bad. I just think it's fun to dabble yourself in there and just push through it, see what's going to happen, and sometimes you come out with something absolutely amazing. Sometimes you come out with things that you're like, this could be better. This isn't what I wanted, but it's fine. That's the point of this, is to try, develop, and do different things. It can't always be perfect, and I would like to say, I don't think practice makes you perfect. I think it just makes you better, and it makes you better all the time. So here we have Rarity. I gave her the saddlebag. She had to have it, and I felt like she would want to keep her hooves clean, so of course she has to have some really adorable little shoes for her hooves. I took the inspiration of the light blue from Lauren Faust and put it with Rarity G3's hair. I don't know if this is the hairstyle I would have went for when I redo it. I don't think I'll go back for this, but I still really like the soft blue that she was before. I get that they didn't do it because Rainbow Dash, you don't need blue and blue and blue, but you know, it is what it is. But I didn't want to make her pink because you have Pinkie Pie. Or maybe I could have just made her a very soft pink, maybe, but again, I'm just doing what I'm gonna do. Now, for me personally, I think that this Rarity is pretty cute. Do I think that Rarity G4 is better than the design I did? Yes. I will never say that I will never say what I do is better than G4's design at all. But, you know, it's just nice to try something. Everybody does these different designs. It's totally okay if you don't like the design. You can be honest with it. No one's going to lose their minds. That's the point of taking criticism, and I realize a lot of people have a hard time with that. Take the criticism, use it to your advantage, and move on. You never know what you can make after someone's talked to you about the idea or design that you chose. So for like Rarity, I was going to make the saddlebag brown, but with her being so colorful, it felt right to make it more of a charcoal to kind of lever off of her very colorful hair. And I know we already have Rainbow Dash, which is why they didn't come back to the basically Rainbow Dash hair that G3 Rarity had. I get why they changed it up and went with more of the glory. So for me, while I was doing this, it was giving me insight to like why they made the decisions that they made, why this, why that. Because you can only judge things so much and so well. So here we are. I think though that I really liked Lauren Faust's idea with the blue. In my opinion, I think the dark hair was too much, and of course, doing a lighter hair against that blue would have been better. Again, that's just me. I really love seeing the concepts because I realized they kind of look like little carousel ponies, like in the top left of the concepts up there. Her being this like little carousel boutique pony was so cute, and I like that in Lauren's concepts you could see this development of articulation in the legs. You could actually see it. It didn't feel like just tubes, which G4 it kind of just feels like they have tubes for legs. Because when I first seen G4, I was an immediate hater. I'm not gonna lie, I was an immediate hater because I didn't give it a chance at first. A couple months went by, I see it's booming and people are loving it, and I'm like, okay, I'll give it a chance. So I stopped calling them bobblehead freaks and started being like, okay, wait, this is cute. The idea is cute, the designs are cute, there's more story with this than there was G3. So yeah. But let me know how you guys have done this. Let me know in the comments. I love reading comments. It's like one of my favorite things, just going through there, reading them. If I don't respond, it's not because I don't want to. I read them. My ADHD hits. That's all you're getting from me. Sometimes I will respond. Sometimes. But I do love reading them. It makes me happy to see you guys comment down there. So yeah, let's just push through. And if there is a game like pony or horror game or anything that you want me to try, let me know. I'll do it. I love playing video games, so it gives me something to do. I wish. Okay, here's an idea. Animal Crossing, but it's My Little Pony. Thoughts? Okay, thank you for listening to my TED Talk. I do hope that you guys like this Rarity. I think she's kind of fun. Would I do her like this again? Probably not, because we already have Rainbow Dash. So, that's just me. Though I do think she was really cute. So there is our Rarity. Gave her 2 white socks because I really like when G4 did that and introduced it. It was so cute. I wish they would have done that for more ponies, but, you know, it is what it is. And I don't know why it took so long to do her cutie mark. Like, what am I doing? What do I have to do? Nothing, apparently. So, of course, I just did gems because Rarity. It seemed like the original design, it was going that way anyway. And here we are with Pinkie Pie. I feel so robbed on the aspect of not getting her to have wings because they chose to make Pinkie Pie based off of Surprise, and Surprise has wings, and I get why they didn't want to do it, but I don't know. Pinkie Pie would have so much energy and bounce if we gave her wings. The amount of she would be is just everything. And I actually had way too much fun with her design. I think I had way too much fun. She's one of my favorites, and I just love it. She's just so cute. And I wanted to give her a little extra feathering on the back of her legs. It felt right with a Pegasus. So, again, if you guys don't like it, totally fine, totally understand. And of course, I did stick to the more Pinkie Pie route, and I didn't give her like blonde hair or white body or anything like Surprise had, because I felt like if it's Pinkie Pie, she's got to be pink, you know? There's no other color she can be other than pink. Though I did make her hair have this somewhat of a pink to hot pink gradient. I kept the balloon as a cutie mark idea. Like I said, I do change up their cutie marks as I go, but that's just, it's fun. If you don't do it, you don't do it. That's fine. And I know I kind of give her this almost Rarity hair treatment, but before you guys lose it, just know when I was looking at the G3 with the hair the way it is, I was like, oh, that seems like it's big and over, because I feel like if you have really big hair, because I used to have Pinkie Pie hair before I cut it all off, my hair was always heavy and in one direction, so that's what I did with her. So let her have her enjoyable curly hair. And yes, I did but blah 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 blah. Sorry, I can't talk. I did put confetti in it because I felt like she just came out of confetti cannon. Like they blast her off, and she did some like big Pinkie Pie surprise idea. Just a thought. Now here's Rainbow Dash. She did come out to be my favorite because I felt like she could totally fit this Trojan War type style design as a Pegasus, and that she would totally take charge of a specific type of like army or military type thing, kind of like with the Wonderbolts. And I liked her hair being back because I feel like if she's fast and going all the time, her hair is naturally going to be back, which I was kind of surprised they didn't do originally, but it is what it is. I didn't see too much of a change in Rainbow Dash's design other than from G3 to G4 she turned into a Pegasus, and that, well, her personality changed, of course, but her concepts, her cutie mark changed quite a bit, but it wasn't like anything too crazy, which is totally awesome. And I had to make it shine. It's wrong if it doesn't shine, but I feel like, you know, if you've got the Royal Castle Guards, you would also have like some eyes in the sky type of Royal Guard, kind of like Air Force and stuff like that. So here we are with Rainbow Dash leading a command of a whole bunch of Air Force Pegasus. I don't know. Something. I'm just doing what I can. And I did want to keep her blue, but I made her more toward like a blue roan type of blue without all the spots and everything. But I think she honestly came out to be one of my favorites. And I did change her eye color because I felt like it didn't need to be this deep, hot magenta color. It had to be something else. So enjoy. And I changed her Thunderbolt a little bit, not too much, but I changed it, didn't add a cloud because I felt like the cloud was just kind of unnecessary. But, you know, again, that's just me. And I tried to make her tail look like a bolt, which I think because the way I did her design, she's my favorite because it's so fun and it fits the Rainbow Dash. I feel like this fits a dash. Her hair, the cutie mark, the design, maybe not the outfit, but most of the design. And I chose to follow the colors from the G3 for the more muted tone of colors that she had in her hair. They aren't like bright, but they're just enough where you're like, okay, I can see Rainbow Dash in here. I don't know. I like her. I feel like if she ever had a child, it'd be called like Rainboom or Sonic Rainboom or Rainbow Bolt. I don't know. Something. I don't know. But Fluttershy is the one that was one of the few that I felt like I had a little more trouble design with because I did follow somewhat of her like a G1 style colored of hair and body style. And I, instead of making her a Pegasus, because I know people are gonna be like, what's wrong with her wings? I did make her a Pegasus because I felt like we had flutter ponies. Bring flutter ponies back, make her a flutter pony because she's Fluttershy. You see where I'm going with this? You do? Okay, great. I'm glad we're on the same page and you're totally responding to everything I ask you. I believe it 100%. Totally, right? But yeah, I went ahead and made her a flutter pony, and I did like Flutterbat, don't get me wrong, but I felt like Flutter Pony fit the shy, soft, fragile aesthetic because butterflies are gentle and they're soft and they're fragile. One little slip up and they ain't got a wing. So let's not do that to them. But I like the coralish pink that was for G1, so I pulled that over. I think maybe color-wise, The teal might have been too fluorescent, but I should have went with more of like a toned down color scheme for her, just because if she's shy, she's probably not going to want to stand out. So I personally would redo that if I got the chance to. Nothing against you, Fluttershy. It's all my fault. And I almost made her as like a little bit more sandy than this, but then I was like, nah, she's giving me like a strawberry type vibe, so hopefully everybody liked that. I did want her to keep her really pretty big kind of puffed up hair, so again, Fluttershy is also the only one I didn't design a cutie mark for, so that is my fault. But it kind of went over my head when I gave her the outfit that I did, because it's like, you're not going to see it. And Applejack, I realized Applejack is actually an alcoholic drink, the name of one, because it usually has whiskey or like a type of cider to it. So I actually turned her cutie mark into an alcoholic beverage, because then I think about that episode where they did a lot of the, I think it was apple cider or something. Everybody was drunk. And I thought, man, they just must really like this. And now I'm realizing Hasbro made the ponies drunk, okay? They got all of our ponies out here drunk. I'm surprised that Applejack's farm was not making more of a killing on their alcohol beverages alone. And of course, I made her beefy, and I gave her the double braids I seen in the original like concepts for her, but I still wanted her to be an earth pony. I didn't change her species, because I feel like she's the only pony who doesn't need a species change. She is earth pony. She is entirety of earth pony. I forgot what the thing is called that goes around the neck whenever horses are pulling stuff, or drafts at least. So I gave her what Big Mac does pull, because I feel like she's a strong girl. She don't need any help with that. Like, she could do this on her own. I may have made her too bright of an orange, now that I'm looking at it, but we'll redo that in a year. We'll come back to this video and we'll do a redo of this video within a year. But as you can see, I made her kitty mark a alcoholic beverage, and I think apple cider with apple slices inside of it with whiskey. I don't know. Don't ask me about alcohol. I don't know. But I think that would be just like a fun design for her. I did make her kind of look like she had Appaloosa spots. And I do get rid of this pole. I kind of reject the idea of the pole after a minute, because I'm like, that don't fit. That don't even fit anything. She is also the only one who you can see her hooves. I just feel like she's going to have thick, tough hooves compared to the rest. But I feel like she would want to keep her hair mostly out of the mud, so she has it braided like almost all the time. And I chose to kind of base the shape of the braid off of like some hearts, because I feel like that touches more on the, oh, how adorable kind of vibe. So yeah, just personal idea. Let me know if you guys like it. If you don't, understandable. And I did want to bring green and red into her mane, like braided into the braids, because it fit right, you know. So I did bring that into it, you know, for the green apples, the red apples. I found out there are black diamond apples out there, so I felt like that could totally be like a descendant for her, but I'm just adding lore just to add lore because it's fun. So yeah, let me know if you guys want me to make a character called Black Diamond Apple. Let me know. I will do it. But yes, I think there's a blood apple too. I could be wrong, but that's okay. Yeah, so needless to say, I think Applejack turned out pretty well. She may look a little bit more Christmassy than I intended, but it's not until you like really look back at it and you get feedback that you're like, oh, okay, I could have changed that. So just imagine this is us creating G4 for the first time, and this is our first concept. Go from there and then critique it, because there's only 1,000 different ways that could go. And with Twilight, and I know before you say anything, don't you see Spike? I thought maybe she could be like, I don't know, harnessing the like spiritual celestial power of a dragon. I don't know. I was just like, I want a dragon in there without drawing the dragon. I didn't feel like drawing a dragon. I got past it and I was like, nah, I'm good. Now, before anybody says anything about the suns that you see on her chest and on the little like ribbon sitting on her back, I chose to do that because I felt like it kind of went with Celestia's like sun type theme, because if she has a magic school, I imagine that there would be like pendants and stuff with the sun on it because she is the princess of the sun. So yeah, maybe Twilight wears that as like to show that she is a student of Celestia and all that good stuff. Now, mind you, I thought her design at the top left where she had the diamond eyes was really cute because it brought back to, again, G1. And then looking down and seeing the purple with the blue and the white, I like that too. So I just kind of incorporated it all. The only thing I didn't do was the gem eyes because I couldn't, after a moment of thinking about it, I couldn't figure out how I wanted to do it, so I just didn't. And on the books on her back, I did forget to like recolor the top book, so the top book and the bottom book are the exact same, but it's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that, right? And honestly, I did her cutie mark the first time really well, but then I guess I accidentally deleted it whenever I was creating the end of the video, and I had to redo it, so it doesn't look as good as the one that it did originally, but you know, it is what it is. And she needed to be a taller unicorn. Why would she be a little tiny thing, you know? I feel like she'd be a really tall unicorn, kind of like Cadence, kind of like Fleur de Lis. I don't know if I said that right, but yeah. That's what I kind of got from there, and I feel like this shows her more confident in like spells, more confident in being a princess, and maybe she's also not just a student for Celestia, but she's like does private lessons with Celestia, and she takes princess courses to learn how to actually be a princess. I feel like that's something that could have been touched on a little bit in G4, but that's me. And I pretty much gave all the ponies little shoes except for Applejack. I feel like she'd be like me when I was a kid, just always barefoot. Who needs shoes? Shoes are stupid. So that's what I went for. But the idea of her harnessing like a dragon spirit, I feel like that'd just be cool. And then later on get Spike. I don't know. But I feel like if you're gonna have something powerful next to you ruling, then you should learn how to understand its power and all that. So there we go. And maybe I did too much blue. Maybe I should have done an even lighter purple on her body, but I don't know. I didn't want her just to have purple hair. Maybe I just made a very bad mistake, but I don't know. Again, you guys may like it, and I enjoy it a little bit, but when I look back on these, I'm like, there are things I would redo pretty quickly. So again, I understand if a lot of you guys wouldn't do this design, or you would do it completely differently, all that good stuff. And that's perfectly fine. That's the whole point of this, is for you to want to do it differently. And as you can see, I made the cutie mark, and then at some point it left it left me. So I was like, oh, okay. So went through, I made them all into their own specific spots. So of course we do have 3 that fly. We have 2 earth ponies and 2 unicorns. So I mean, it's not like I did a double Pegasus or anything, but yeah. So let me know what you guys think. Please like, subscribe, comment, and let me know what else you guys want to see. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye bye.